We are go for liftoff in T minus 30.
Hit the record button.
Gosh, that's swell.
Welcome to Italo's Black Tag Radio. This is Italo speaking, and I have the pleasure of having my next guest. He's already coming from a very chilly place in the States, right?
Very, very cold, chilly. I'm from the windy city of Chicago, and I guess with how cold it is, I might as well call it the winter city of Chicago.
Yeah, and so that's you already seen him. Tell us what is your name, because I always want to allow you to say it first. I don't want to mess it up.
Oh, well, hey, well, thanks for having me on your show. My name is PJ. I'm also known as Fuzzy Soul Tiger. And I do singing, songwriting on my own, as well as producing my songs. I like to also film my own music videos. And I'm also an actor as well. And I also do a lot of drawings, which I drew this little logo here and put it on Redbubble.com to see my works actually
that,
come to
Tiger.
life. Thanks so much.
So Fuzzy, when I met you, you were actually dressed as Santa.
I sure was. I have to tell you, my friend, it was a real honor to do that, because a lot of people on TikTok, I had joined, to back up a little bit, I joined in the early part of January as a New Year resolution. Like, I was going to try something new after being on YouTube for well over a decade. And I have to say, after developing quite a nice bunch of following and friends, they were the ones who were asking me as we got closer to Christmas, you should be Santa, you should do some Santa stuff. So that turned out to be such a tremendous thrill and honor to do it. I had so much
because
fun.
you were really getting into the character. I mean, like, and then you're an actor, so obviously you had to channel that energy, right?
Yes.
But I actually felt good talking to you that day, because you know how it is during the holidays sometimes, for a lot of people who are, anyways, pandemic. You can talk about people that don't want to talk to their family members, or people that want to, or they feel alone and they feel lonely, or maybe they don't want to celebrate Christmas, you know?
True.
So what was that experience like for you?
It was so fulfilling for me on so many levels, because for one, I mean, as a very, very young kid, I myself also grew up loving, believing in Santa, and looking forward to it, but never being able to stay up long enough to actually see when Santa delivers gifts. And then to come almost sort of full circle of sorts to become much more seasoned now, to where now I'm doing Santa. It's a real fulfillment for me, because I didn't know that there were so many people who for this really meant a lot to them. And that's people from all walks of life, all ages, wanted this and they needed this. And you're right. You brought up about the pandemic. We were going through the lockdown period, and that was it weighed a lot on some of everybody to have to stay in. You can't go nowhere, can't really do anything, and can't get out. You weren't sure if you did get out, is it really safe or not? So it really weighed in heavily on a lot of people. And I was really happy that by being Santa, I could do my part to put something positive out there. Um, I try to do that anyway in general, but to really put something positive and bring back the holiday spirit for a lot of people who this meant a lot to.
Right. So you grew up religious, or did you really believe in Santa Claus and all that stuff, or was that just later on? Or because as if anybody's listening to this on Spotify or the other platforms, they're gonna wonder why am I talking so much about Santa Claus? It's because if you look at Fuzzy Soul, he's actually African American. So I never seen an African American or a black person or a brown person being Santa Claus. And that image alone was already kind of controversial. If you want to, you know,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
agree with you. And you know what, that was some believe it or not, that was a slight toward a bit of fear I had of initially doing it, because I wondered if I was going to be met with a lot of resistance. And so originally, if it were up to me, I probably would have done it, but not at the level that I did on doing it daily and such during the season. But it was so many of the TikTok users, they were the ones who were so encouraging about it. They see something in me, and I felt honored that and humbled that I could be able to help bring that to life. And I had that question asked to me one time on a live session of TikTok, where I did have the whole Santa gear on because I had just finished filming some videos for the holidays, and I decided just on the spur of the moment go live as Santa. And somebody did bring that up, and like, well, Santa, yes, I've never seen a black Santa. Black Santa is not supposed to be black, and
mm,
and I just answered straight from the heart. I just said, you know what, being Santa is not about what you see in front of you. It's not about your color. It's about what you have in here. You know, and if you have a sincere heart and intention to really want to put some good out there in the world, to really want to try to uplift people who are feeling down and out, and bring them some much needed joy, a real shot in the arm of hope and optimism, that to me is what Santa is all about. And there are people from all walks of life who could be that. Not just Santa, but Mrs. Santa too. You know, and I felt like that's the real essence of what Santa is all about. And that, along with thankfully having the beard, having the belly and
yeah.
all, and the
Oh,
natural
the
joy.
beard's looking awesome.
Thank you
No,
so
it
much.
is. I admire the beard because
Thank
I
you.
know how hard it is to keep the beard. I
Ah,
didn't
yes.
even shave today, but yeah, it's itching, and
That's the toughest part is when it goes through that stage, that itching stage. I feel like a werewolf, like, oh, I just want to shave it off and just get out. But
yeah,
it's a tough thing to just stick right through it until it gets past that phase, and then it gets easier from there.
right. So, well, maybe a question I should ask right now would be about: do you have any tips about your beard? Do you have what is your products? Oh, we're
Oh.
not sponsoring anybody. Nobody's sponsoring this, by the way, guys.
Oh, no
But
trouble at all. I'm happy to answer. It's a good question because I will tell you, I've kept a goatee for the longest time, or if I grew a beard, I kept it very close, like your length. I kept it very close to the face. The only reason I grew the beard was because I was in a theater play, a dramatic theater play, where the set designer and fashion designer had asked me to let the beard grow out, do not shave. And this is 3 months of going into this, from the time she told me that to the time the play began. And I didn't even know my beard would get like this. I had no idea I would grow it like this.
mm,
Once I did, I started to, out of curiosity, go on YouTube, and I found all these videos I didn't even know exist about how to take care of your beard. And so I've gone through using Vaseline as a natural softener. Then I've also, I used to buy products from this company called Live Bearded. They have some pretty good stuff. And I've also bought cocoa butter. Shea cocoa butter is currently what I've been using, that keeps my beard nice and fluffy and easy to comb and brush through.
I
Because
like that
without it, you know what?
fluffiness.
I have to tell you, my friend, funny thing, when because I wasn't used to this kind of beard, when I use the regular comb, I've broken so many teeth within the comb itself trying to get it through.
All right. Like God, God, God.
And so that was another reason why I started looking online to find out what's an easier way to take care of all this because I'm not used to this. So it's been easier now.
No, but don't keep it go. Are you gonna like grow it out all the way, or like is it gonna go
Well,
by next Christmas? Will it be down here? Or
I wonder how long it will grow. I'm curious to know too. I will tell you this. I haven't shaved anything up top, but underneath my neck, I would normally keep it nice and very clean. But now that we're into the start of the new year, I'm gonna pretty much let that grow out as well and just see where does it take me. It's kind of a mystery, but it's exciting to see what will happen.
right. So tell me about your theater experience because I've seen your what do you call it? Your
Oh, my
reel.
actor reel? Okay, yes. Thanks
So
for
I
asking.
was curious, like how long have you been doing that?
The acting, I'd say it really started way back when I was in preschool in pre kindergarten, and my teacher said, well, my mother told me, but my teacher said that I was the best person reading and speaking at that time. So I was put up on the talent shows. I was put up to be the MC host, and they would give me the cue cards to read out the names and introduce all of the incoming talent. That was like a very early start on. And then many years later, when I got into high school, my junior and senior years, I got interested in trying out theater acting. As I used to be so inspired watching Siskel and Ebert at the movies, the TV show.
Hmm.
Um, I used to love watching that show, seeing them discuss about actors and how they bring stories to life. And so that was part of the reason that inspired me to get into theater acting in high school. When I got to Chicago State University, I pursued it as a minors at that time because I was undecided about what I actually wanted to go for. But I knew I wanted to do theater. I knew that much. So I did a minors and got such a wealth of experience. And I'll tell you this, my friend, there's a lot of ups and downs in doing theater plays. One of them, the rewarding thing is how much that I grow as a person, stepping into somebody else's shoes, that stepping into their experiences of something I've never been through before and seeing it through the character's eyes. I have, and I'm normally a very soft-spoken type of person, very calm and easygoing. So theater has done a lot to teach me to learn how to speak up and speak out
Hmm.
as well. That which
Hmm.
was very very difficult for me. Sometimes I still have to practice that
Oh,
because
you mean the projection part, or
yes, the projection part because I'm very very easygoing as far as the sound of my voice, very calm speaking. But theater has taught me to learn to push that out there, and it translated itself to me getting into acting, where now I've done a lot of background acting in TV shows like Empire and The Shy, Chicago PD, and such.
wait? You've been in the Shy?
Yes,
What?
I
I do
have.
watch that show, so I'm like, okay, and Empire
Yeah,
too, but okay, I
Empire.
gotta look it
Yeah,
up. I gotta look it
yeah.
up.
I gotta. You know what? I gotta pull back into my files, put them all together, and put another one on TikTok for you guys to get to
Yeah,
enjoy.
because yeah. Anyways, I have more questions about that later, but the Shy, yeah, that's a very good show,
Oh, definitely. I love it.
and so is Empire, but Empire, yeah,
It was like a grand soap opera.
yeah, yeah. That's cool. That's cool. But the theater experience is way different than TV, and I know
Yeah.
that for a fact because I'm a theater producer, and that's why the name Itala Productions. Many people don't know that. Um, and yeah, and there's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it's very rewarding.
Ooh,
Yes, but
very.
it's a lot of work.
You are so right. Oh, wow. People don't know that the sacrifices that you make, even if you're just doing a small part, even if you're working backstage behind the scenes, every single person coming together for a theater play makes a difference. And the sacrifice is well worth it at the end for everything to come together and everybody working cohesively as one to help give the audience an experience that hopefully they take with them and never forget.
Right. So how has it been for you in the pandemic? Because as you know, theaters. I don't know about Chicago now, but at least in I was doing a Hollywood Fringe Festival, which is a theater festival here,
Ah,
and then I was ready to be on stage and act, which I haven't. I've never. Well, I should say I've performed on stage, but not
ah,
as an actor or not in that character. Um, so I was about to do that in 2020, and I had proof because I did the flyers and everything.
ah.
Um, but yeah, you know what happened after that? It's pandemic. But how has it been for you? Like not to be able to be on stage?
It was extremely tough. I was not used to staying home all the time, not at that kind of level. I mean, maybe for a day or two, like the weekends, for example, or like every now and then, maybe take a couple days being home. But even then, if I'm not in theater or I'm not doing work on a TV show, then I myself am doing something. I'm getting up, getting out, looking for some place that has a beautiful setting or a nice atmosphere, and I'm going to film something there, to accomplish. But
Right.
during the pandemic was really, really tough for me personally because the everything just stopped. As of February, in fact, I remember when they made the announcement, it was a disbelief because that was the last day that my friends and I we were all on the set of Empire. It was the very last episode they were working on, and it was actually supposed to be a cliffhanger for the next season. But we had no idea at that time they were going to actually be shutting everything down. We all talked about like, oh, that's not going to happen. Come on, it's Chicago first of all, and everything's hustle and bustle, 24/7 working. Nah, we'll be fine. We'll be back to work next week. And sure enough, when it shut down, there was no work at all, and it was really rough. I had to depend on well, I leaned on my music, my singing and songwriting. I started putting out music as much to try to supplement some kind of income coming in, but even that was extremely rough going. So yeah, it was very tough,
Right.
very tough.
But what did you? Because in some ways, well, I wouldn't say I want to I do see the good that came out of it. As far as being quarantined, which is not a good, doesn't sound very good, but I think it gave me time to reflect and to, yeah, like you, I used to be, social butterfly. I used to go to every open mic and every other event and every other, poetry reading here, and then we had the storytelling over there, and we have. I can go to Pasadena. I can go to whatever they had because back in those days, every other day was something else going on,
Yes.
and then that all stopped. So, um, but there was something the good that came out of it, which is looking inward and seeing why what was I chasing too, because I was chasing something.
Yeah. That's a very good thing. You know what? I can relate to that. And as you were talking about that, I also thought about too how like during that time it started to bring me closer to communicating with people. Before then, of course, we're all busy. We're trying to get things done and accomplished, and life just seems to go so fast. But that shutdown forced so many people to just stop, take a
Mm.
breather, and reach out to people and just make sure that for myself I was contacting my parents, making sure they were okay, and
Yeah.
my sister and brothers, and friends of mine that I hadn't really spoken to in a very good while. I
Right.
started bonding with people again and just realizing the connections that we have. We're picking up what we lost. So I was grateful for the pandemic forcing me to do that. But the downside was, my friend, is that it's the pandemic. It sort of made me feel a bit antisocial. Like
Mm,
it changed me as far as like I got used to not going out. So now
mm,
all I wanted to do was stay home all the time. So it was tough once the city opened up. It was tough for me to push myself to going back out and getting it done, because I'm feeling like, oh, well, I'm used to being at home. I can get it done right here. So,
right. So are you naturally an extrovert?
I think I'm an introvert. I,
You are
I
an
really do. I think I'm an introvert because though I do a lot of videos, as you see on TikTok, that's out in the public and everything.
mm.
I'm most of the time, while I'm in public, I'm most of the time making sure nobody's around, and once the coast is clear, then I hurry up and do what I got to do, and all this stuff, and then hurry up and get the camera and run.
Okay. I guess yeah. That yeah. I mean, it's funny because people may see your videos on TikTok or YouTube, or they may see they. I thought you were extroverted, so that's funny to know that you no,
Yeah,
not
it's a
really.
it's a big, big, big step that TikTok has helped me to open up and get out and do things like that. Because I got inspired by so many people on there who were up and out there making it happen. So as much as people have told me I've inspired them, they inspired me in return because I have really learned a lot, not just as far as dancing, some of the moves and trends I see, but just learning how to get out there and just let loose. Go ahead and let it
Exactly.
loose.
Yeah. Foot loose. Let loose.
Like Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. Like for those that don't know, well, look, Google it. You'll find that.
That's right. Catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Talking to Gen Xers here. We don't have to explain it to you.
Oh man.
No. Yeah. So, anyways, what's gonna happen, or what's happening for you this year?
Well, I'm happy to say like the filming industry in Chicago is happily it's alive and well, and it's truly waking up again. There are a lot of opportunities out there. So to start this year off, this coming weekend, matter of fact, I am headed out to Michigan to finish wrapping up a part that I'm doing in a movie called East Side Story. It's a modern uptelling of the Romeo and Juliet uh, play of Shakespeare. So I play Lord Montague, and I'm going over there this weekend to just wrap that part up and meet with fellow actors that I've gotten to know. I'm also going to continue not only putting out TikTok videos, but continue to work on some music videos, some full length music videos. I started doing as of last year. I put out "Wish You Were Here." I've put out "I Want to Be with You." That's another full length music video I filmed. And I've got two more that I'm currently working on. So it's great to get back in the groove of putting together full length music videos, and I've been entering them into music festivals too. So far at this time, the video for "Wish You Were Here" it's in the semifinals for the Kansas Art House Film and Festival and for the Washington Awards, the film festival there. So
Well,
it's
what can we do? Can we vote, or
you know for
what can people do?
Wow, I wish so. I certainly wish so. It looks like it's
Yeah,
just an inclusive kind of
get all the
thing.
people from TikTok to vote for you. You'll win.
That would be so awesome, really. It would be a thrill because it would be nice. It's just nice that I have an opportunity to actually just enter into film festivals doing what I do, and
Right.
it would be so nice to be considered legitimate in within the filming business. That's
Yeah.
something that I want very much to happen for this year and beyond. And I want to go ahead and see if I can become part of more storytelling efforts with
Okay.
short films and movies that and people are doing around here in Chicago.
So do you do storytelling too? Because I'm into that a lot. I'm into everything.
Ah, we have that uncommon then, definitely. But I haven't done storytelling yet, but I like the idea of that opportunity to get people involved in a story just from the sound of your voice, just by being a narrator and getting people pulled into the experience. That
Mhm.
sounds really good to me.
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of uh, friends who are storytellers, and I actually perform some stories on stage,
Ah,
and it's interesting. It's a different it's a different it's different than poetry or different than singing or different than acting. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes it seems unscripted, but it's not.
ah.
It's not unscripted, which I learned later. I'm like, oh, you just don't say just this just happened to me today. No, you just have to, you know, uh, I know that Ashton Cynthia Clark is gonna tell me like, yeah, I told you about the beginning, the middle, and the end, and there's always a lesson to be learned and the arc of the character. She will tell me all about that. But I've had her in this podcast too, by the way. So she's amazing, and she tells stories from childhood. Like sometimes we have these memories or these anecdotes or stories, but it makes a difference when you build a whole story around it
Ah,
and treat yourself as a character instead. Just kind of like look at your own life as if you were the narrator of that story, but you're detaching from that story, somehow. It's anyway, it's a lot. But it's very interesting. I suggest if you have anybody in Chicago that has the, because I'm now nowadays they have it all in on Zoom anyways.
okay.
So I'll let you know whenever there's a new one, a new storytelling event. One is coming up this February, and it's gonna be about. Sorry, I'm just blobbing. I'm just going
Oh,
off
this,
right now.
this is interesting to me. I like hearing about this.
Yeah, this next one, I don't know the name right now, but I will be interviewing this storytelling group, and they're going to be taking stories from people of color, and because
Ah,
they want to show diversity in their community, and um, hopefully I'll be part of it in the future. But anyhow, I'll let you know whenever that's happening, so you can join us or join
yeah, that would
them.
be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be very awesome. Yeah, please let me know. And yeah, you know what? That would be cool too. Seeing you post videos about you in action like that as a narrator, a storyteller. Oh wow, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it would be. Now that they have 3 minutes, I'm like, oh yeah, with 3 minutes I can do a lot.
Yeah, I was so happy they extended it. 1 minute is we thought that was an eternity of a lifetime of opportunity, but 3 minutes? Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
I can tell you a whole story in 3 minutes. That's the power of yeah. I guess there's a skill to it, where you can just
Yeah.
sum it up in 3 minutes. And actually, a skill of doing it in 1 minute alone was already, you know, it was so. I'm not trying to do that now. Of course, I was doing that because everybody had to squeeze everything in 1 minute.
Oh,
Um, yeah,
daunting. It's so daunting.
it is. So we're lucky to have 3 minutes now. And for those that are not in TikTok, I'm sorry, we're just TikToks, TikTokers.
Come on, everybody, get into TikTok. It's cool, and that's another reason I make sure I share everything that I do on TikTok. I try to share it on Instagram and on YouTube for those who are not on there yet. But hopefully, it will encourage them to come on TikTok. Because wow, the interaction is priceless. The feedback you get, That's so much better than I had ever experienced on any other platform. I'm
Yeah.
really grateful to be on TikTok and have made so many friends on here, like yourself.
Right. How many followers do you have?
I think I'm getting close to 35,000.
Okay.
I'm getting close.
That's a lot. That's a high number. I think I don't even know what I have anymore. I lost track. Because you know how they start. You start really high. They give you like a. They give you. I don't know if they do it on purpose. They probably do. Like they make one video of you blow up, and then suddenly you get like, you know, in the case. At first, I was like, okay, I'm getting some K follower. I'm like, what? 20K? What? It's like, okay. But I don't think I have that many. I don't know. Um, but I think they do it on purpose. I don't know.
Yeah, in hindsight, you might be right. It's just a nice way to entice you. You stay right here. Stay right here. See, we're giving you
Yeah.
all these follows. I probably think that that's probably what the case might be. But boy, oh boy, I tell you, um, this was so much more than what I even have ever had on YouTube. Because I mean, on YouTube, I mean, I struggled. I have really struggled just to get people to tune in and then check out what I was doing. It felt like it was just silence, really, and silence can be deafening. So to get on TikTok, where it's the complete opposite, where people actually are interacting with you and can even give you feedback that's inspiring and uplifting. I mean, all of that was just gave me a second boost in the arm of inspiration to create again. I love creating all over again because of this. And and again, like what we talked about earlier with the holiday videos I was doing, that's thanks to all the wonderful people on TikTok and their feedback that got me so inspired to do this. So
Mhm.
I'm grateful. I'm really grateful.
Yeah. Hey, we have a couple minutes left. So are you ready to do part two?
You betcha.
Okay. All right. Give me a second.
Ah,
22.
yes, we're like the sequel. We're back. We're better than ever.
The sequel. Fuzzy Soul Tiger is in the house, guys. So what made you come up with that name?
Oh, hey, you know what? I will tell you what. The name came about first and foremost. Fuzzy is for all of this fuzziness on here, and then soul is because I love doing what I do with heart and soul. And so instead of saying fuzzy heart, I just figure fuzzy soul has more of a nice ring to it. And then tiger is more so to do with dreams that I used to have as a kid. I tell you, Victor, when I was a very, very young kid, if I was having nightmares and I was ever in trouble, there would always be lions that would come to protect me. And then as I got older, and if there were nightmares or trouble was happening, um, I was the one that was like changing into a lion to defend myself. So that stuck with me. It was a big, big influence on me. So when I came up with this name, Fuzzy Soul, and I was gonna say Fuzzy Soul Lion, but it didn't have quite that same ring to it. But I chose Tiger as the next in the line of felines, and that had more of a punch to it. I'm like, yeah, Fuzzy Soul Tiger. Like that'll stick. I'll use
Uh-huh.
that.
And it sounds better than cat. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Or
fuzzy
pussycat
soul
or
kitten, or
kitty.
fuzzy soul kitty.
Oh my. Somebody's gonna come up with that and put it on TikTok. Like
Yeah.
you might find your mate on
I,
TikTok.
I guess it's just like how Snoop Dogg, he came up with Snoop Doggy Dog. I guess it's not the same when he says Snoop Lion. I'm like, no, 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 Snoop Doggy
Yeah.
Dog. That works for
No,
you.
he's a dog.
Yeah, that works for you. I'll keep Fuzzy Soul Tiger. That works for me.
You mentioned dreams, and anyways, there's a lot going on with dreams, and what you mentioned right now is interesting to me because I've had everybody has had dreams, obviously. And if you don't know that, I mean, if you don't remember, then that's one thing. But
Yeah.
so do you believe those dreams were real?
Oh wow, it felt real. A lot of those type of dreams felt real. I've had dreams I can remember where it felt like I left my body and was just flying around to some flying around some of everywhere, and it just felt, it's hard to describe in exact words, but it was an ethereal kind of otherworldly feeling to feel that. That only happened like once or twice or so, but the dreams where I was protected by lions, or and then later on where I would change into a lion. I mean, those felt really real to me. It was
Mm.
like as if being in another dimension or alternate world where this is real, this is possible. Kind of like what happens with the Marvel superheroes, right?
Yeah.
So,
Actually, I became a horse in one dream. Um,
yeah,
and then what else? Yeah, horse. I remember the horse dream. What was the other one? Um, I can't remember right now. Sorry. But yeah, and the dreams they tend to be so real because you have the emotion, right? The
yeah,
emotion is real. At least the emotion that you have when you dream and you get upset or you get angry or you get sad or you get happy, if euphoric. The dreams or the dreams may not be real or they may be real, but the emotion that you get when you wake up, you're like, oh, that was scary. Like, oh, the lion was chasing or whatever it was. Or I was
yeah,
flying. I felt euphoric, like I felt like I could do anything, right?
yes.
It's a real emotion. It's a real feeling, right? So is our soul. I think is traveling. I don't think it's. I know that it's traveling.
Yeah, when you mentioned about that, it reminded me of this one night. I guess it's a nightmare I had. I was lying in bed, with on the side of the pillow, and I remember there was something breathing upon my neck, something very icy and cold that told me don't turn around. And well, you do what you do in these dreams. You don't listen. So of course I slowly turned around, and it was this wolf with these sharp icicles for teeth, you know, about to gnaw down on the side of my neck.
Mm.
And I woke up, and you know what? The effect of that dream was that I had a stiff neck for at least a good
Oh,
couple hours. I couldn't turn this way because
yeah.
I did that. So, yeah, these dreams are incredible. I have a cousin of mine for whom she had told me about how her father had passed away. But see, her father came to visit her in her dreams to talk to her and to say goodbye. And this was before he actually passed away. And we were
Mm.
just so blown away by that. So
Hmm.
blown away. These dreams are powerful. They can tell you things. They can sometimes give you a good advice and give you warnings. It's tough to remember some of them, but the ones you do remember, wow, what an experience, my friend.
Right. No,
Uh,
yeah, it's true because I've been talking. The reason I'm talking about this, if you haven't seen the episode, I was talking to a dream coach. His name is Tyrone Brown, and he's like two episodes below before our episode. And
okay.
I like you to listen to it because he's been visited by extraterrestrials, and I'll leave it at that. How's that? Because once you realize that you can actually connect, like you were saying, you can connect with your loved ones and angels and animals and whatever other creatures in other like multi universes. And I'm not talking about Marvel. I'm talking about real,
Real stuff.
real multi. Um, you'll be surprised as to what uh you get a lot. I got a lot out of that conversation, but I already knew that before. I already knew that dreams meant something.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
It seems like when
Anyhow,
we're kids, when we're kids, it seems like we're more open to receiving that, on a more pure level. And then we get older. Of course, we go through school, we go through life's challenges and reality that starts to teach you, this is not real, that's not real. Believe in what's real, what's in front of you. But these dreams, I tell you, break all conventional rules.
yeah. And how do you know who told you that they're not real? You know what I'm saying? Like they might be real. I never was told that we're not real.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I
like,
keep
I'm
talking
like,
about
I'm like,
this.
how can you know what, to go ahead on that fact? It's like, how can you tell me it's not real when I just experienced something that I felt like I was actually there. I felt like,
Yeah.
as I was talking about the lions who protected me, I felt them, like I could touch them, I could feel them
Mhm.
breathing, and I could hear them roaring to chase away whatever dangers were. That felt real to me.
Right. Actually, I was describing this when I was a kid. They told me this. I don't remember, but I was trying to explain the dream experience to my aunt, and she was like, you came to me, you were like, when I closed my eyes, there was water in my eyes, but it was in my eye, inside my eye. Like I was trying to like explain, like, no, but it was inside my eye. There was water filling my eyes, and she's like, what are you talking about? And I was trying to explain that maybe I had a dream that dealt with water or, I don't know, ocean or something. And I was trying to describe, but it was in my eye, like in here.
Oh, get down.
The innocence, right? It just made me laugh. But I'm like, yeah, but it was inside my ear, in my eye. Sorry, not my ear. My
Oh,
ear's right here. Anyway,
this almost reminds me of something James Cameron would probably do, like he did in The Abyss. The water creatures and such, and how transparent they were, and they can go right through you if need be, and such. Oh,
uh,
wow.
yeah, that was a good movie. Long movie, but it was good. The
Oh,
Abyss.
yeah, it could have cut at least an hour out of it.
James Cameron's like, oh, you gotta have to make it an epic.
Yeah.
Like Titanic didn't have to be 3 hours long, but
Oh, wow. You know what? It's funny. Titanic. We know it's a long movie, but when I watched it, I was so into it. It didn't feel like it was a long movie. It felt like, oh, you're just right in the middle of this experience of what's going on. The
yeah,
way he directed it, because some people can make a movie feel like it's just way too long, like a week.
right. Like Gone with the Wind was long.
Oh, wow. Oh,
I mean,
wow.
now it's politically incorrect to say I saw it, but I did see it. I thought it was good at the time, but now I'm like, it's controversial.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're seeing it. I know that because at the time that there were far different sensibilities in place that they thought at that time were acceptable to put out, that they thought at that time was okay to put out as something that's happening around. But no, yeah, there's a lot that has changed now to recognize that, okay, we've got to change things if we're going to make things better. And
Yeah,
I'm so for diversity and learning about each other so that we can be able to get rid of all the profiling that has happened, and the stereotypes.
yeah,
Diversity is the best way. And we've come a long ways. We've come a very long way, all of us. And we have to realize we're not gonna continue really getting ahead unless we get together as one. Because if you watch a lot of these movies where aliens come and invade the world, I've noticed a lot of them have one thing in common when these sort of phenomena. And I know it's just a movie, but they all seem to suggest the same thing. As soon as something otherworldly and alien comes to attack the world and such, We just put away with all our differences immediately and we get together as one. That easily, that quickly, we learn to get together and get it done. And it's like,
Right.
if it could be that simple, if only it could be just that simple in real life. We got a lot of work to do to make it
Yep,
better.
exactly. That's why we're here. You know, and I'm talking about the artists, the artists in the world of the world. It's our mission to inspire and to create and to yeah. That's our mission. And that's your mission, I'm sure, and my mission as well. And that's what we're doing this, right? We're doing it because it's good for us and it's be good for the people that are watching it
Yeah.
or experience theater in live or music. You were talking about music earlier, which, by the way, reminds me I have to talk about your music because you actually have. Where can people? Well, I'm gonna put anything that you'll give me your links. I'm gonna put them below.
Most
But
definitely.
how do people find your music and stuff?
I'm glad to say that thankfully, because I've been through cdbaby.com, I've been through DistroKid, and I've used Bandcamp. My music is now available on Spotify. They can put my name on there and find me easily. If people are using Shazam, you can find me that way. On YouTube, you can put in my name of Fuzzy Soul Tiger and find not only a lot of my songs, but music videos I've done for my songs from way back in the day,
Oh
leading
yeah.
up to the here and now. But Bandcamp is the best way to provide to get any support from all of your wonderful fans out there. Bandcamp allows artists independent who are like myself to put up our music, our works for free if we want to, which a lot of my stuff are free, or we can set a price and fans can
Oh.
pay for that price, or they can go ahead and give more if they wish. They can download and
Mm.
tip generously as they want to. Bandcamp only just takes just a tiny itty bit compared to other services I've been with.
Mhm.
They take just a tiny little bit, but the majority goes to the artists like myself. And
That's
as
cool.
we talked about earlier, when the shutdown took place, Bandcamp was like a very, very helpful thing in helping me get by from time to time when people would
Right.
download my music. That was oh wow, that was a much needed great support. So
Mm.
Bandcamp is how to find me. fuzzysoultiger.bandcamp.com or add me on Spotify and such.
Hey, I'm gonna look into Bandcamp. I'm like, hey, I want to get paid.
Now that
Well,
yeah, please do. I encourage it.
no, I'm serious. Like people think that this is a it looks fun.
Yes.
Watching a movie, watching a play, or doing music or dancing to the music. It's fun, yes, but it's a lot of work.
I agree.
So not only the time, but also the thought and the creativity and the. I mean, you go to the concert and you pay $300 to see Madonna being 2 hours late for her concert. Sorry, Madonna fans, but I was pissed off because she was 2 hours
No,
late when I paid $300 for that freaking seat, and
no.
she didn't have the decency to show up on time. Well, you know what? Sorry,
Oh.
Madonna fans, but I don't appreciate that whatsoever. I would have actually now that I'm thinking about it, I should have had a refund. I'm like, you know what? She's not here. It's been 2 hours. Give me my money back.
Oh
I should have done
wow.
that.
I don't
I
blame
don't
you.
care if you're Madonna. I don't care if you're Madonna. Give me my money, Madonna.
I've heard that about several artists too that showed up extremely late. If I drop some names, I mean that would be pretty cold of me. But
Well,
I've
I
read
used to be a Madonna fan, so
yeah.
I still like her, yes, but that was not cool, Madonna.
No,
You see,
that's
what
hard
happened,
earned
and
money
then
right there.
the difference between Madonna and Prince. Prince was sharp. Like when I say sharp, he started right on time. rest in peace, Prince. I really love his music. He started right away, right on time. No cover band, no nothing. He started on time, and I was like, damn, am I missing? And I almost missed the first the opening, which was all the When Doves Cry, 1999, and he mixed it all in a medley. And I was like, I'm missing it because I was
Oh,
trying to get another person to. Oh my God, no way. Anyway,
no.
Prince was yes, Prince
Wow.
was.
You got to see him in concert.
I
Oh,
got to
wow.
see Prince, man. It was amazing. Who have you seen that just blew you away? Who was that?
I remember, and I haven't been to many music concerts, but one that I did get to go to there was when Boyz II Men first came out. They weren't even really the headliners. It was Babyface was the headliner. Brandy at that time was kind of new as well too. She just got started with her hit "Baby, Baby, Baby" and "I Want to Be Down." So
Mm.
they were all good, but I was so blown away by Boyz II Men, and they only
Yeah,
had
they're
just
good. They're
a
pretty
short
good, actually.
number of songs to do. And oh wow, the vocal harmony. I mean, I just felt goosebumps.
Right? Yes.
Incredible. Oh wow,
Yeah.
I was just moved.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. I miss concerts too, man. I miss everything. The live experience is way different than the Zoom or the TV or even big screens. It's
Yeah.
just something about the connection, the audience connection too. Like you hear the audience and you hear, yeah. I just one day, man, one day we'll
One
get there.
day. Oh wow. With what you just talked about, it reminds me of like a lot of the times when well, every once in a while, like especially during the time we went through the pandemic and I was going live, I got to do some cover songs during some of my sessions, just on the spur of the moment. I just would sing some cover songs or like, and it felt like a small taste of what it must be like to be in concert. Even though I've never performed for a gigantic audience like some of the stars do, but it was nice, a good feeling of being able to do something that first of all people were asking for, and second of all made an impact on some people. So when you talk about that, I mean, and this for me to be in the concert where Boyz II Men, Brandy, and Babyface were just doing that for the audience, it's surreal and exciting. It's something of a learning lesson too on how to present yourself and how to hopefully be as entertaining to give all that you've got. You get that back twofold.
Yeah, you get the energy, and I know this because I was just the producer of the show, but when I put it together, and it was just rewarding because when I saw the actors perform my words on stage, and then seeing the action of the audience was just thrilling to me. It didn't matter that I wasn't on stage; it just mattered that they got it. They were getting my jokes, and they were getting the sadness, and they were getting the poetry, and they were getting all of it. They were feeling
Oh,
it because the actors were amazing, actually. Especially Glinda and the Wicked Witch, because it was based on the Wizard of Oz.
oh, okay,
Um,
grand.
yeah, yeah. The audience was in it. Even the monkey, they love the monkey. No, and you know what I mean. Like I was proud of it. I was really proud of it,
Get
and I
that.
and I wasn't
That's
gonna I wasn't gonna put it together. I was like, you know what? No, I don't feel like it's ready. I don't know. I always had that. It had to be perfect.
wow.
But somebody told me it's already perfect. Let's put it together. Let's do it now. Let's go to theaters. And he pushed me to do it, and I was like, okay, let's do it.
Wow, what a moment that must have been for you to go from putting what you did on paper and then seeing it happen right before your very eyes and how the audience were receiving it.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is. It's magical. It's like Because during the best time that I had was in the rehearsal, not with the real audience.
Uh-huh.
Um, it was on. I think we were doing like the dress. You know how they do dress rehearsals.
Yes.
And there was a moment that I was like, they got it. They're locked. They locked the script. They're no longer they're going off book at that point. And I saw it. I'm like, I felt it. I'm like, this is a good show. I want to watch this show, even though I wrote
Yes.
it. And yeah, it's a good feeling.
That is awesome, I tell you. Oh, I can't wait to experience that someday. Because I do plan someday to work on some scripts and story ideas. I want to see come to life too.
Yeah, about the lion or tiger or
I think somewhere down the line, eventually I'm gonna have to do that. I definitely will. I'm gonna
there's
have to
there's
work
a
hard to remember
musical
those dreams.
there's a musical called Cats.
Oh yeah, you know what now? From what
So
I've seen the play apparently was way better than the movie.
it
I've
was
seen the movies,
horrible.
so
The movie,
uh,
the play, it's all horrible.
uh,
Now, mind you, I do like Tim. I do like Andrew Lloyd Webber. Other
yeah,
productions like Jesus Christ Superstar. I really liked Evita or Evita. Um, yeah, I mean they were amazing. Phantom of the Opera. Hello,
uh,
greatest one on Broadway. Even though I didn't like it, but Jesus Christ Superstar was my musical. I love it. I'm like, this is amazing. The
uh,
lyrics were amazing by Tim Rice. Still my favorite. Every time I watch it, I'm like, I know the lyrics by heart. I'm
yeah.
like, I always wanted to be Pontius Pilate. I don't know why. I wanted to be the villain. I want to be the villain of the story.
He had such a very flashy part. But you know what? I hadn't seen the play first. I saw the movie that Martin Scorsese directed for Jesus Christ Superstar. That's how I got introduced to it. And then I saw the play and realized,
Well,
wow,
was it who directed it? I don't think it
uh,
was Scorsese.
yeah, I think he was pretty young at that time working on that, from what I understand.
Oh,
If he didn't direct it, he definitely was involved in it in some kind of
he
way.
might have been involved in it, but he didn't direct it. I know for a fact he didn't direct it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and let me look it up. Actually, I'm curious who directed. Uh, yeah. All right. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
I
this
gotta
would be
get it.
cool.
I gotta get it.
I gotta get that confirmation on that.
Jesus Christ, Superstar. Uh, what Superstar director? Right.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Um, oh, they're giving me different things. Norman
Norman
Jewison.
Jewison. Oh, the guy who did Moonstruck. Okay, that's him. Okay.
Yeah,
He's the
yeah.
guy who did it. Yes.
Okay. I'm sure it wasn't Scorsese, but
No,
hey,
it
he
was
could have
him.
been
You know what?
one of the crew members.
That
I don't know.
was him, right? He's that guy. Wow, love this movie Moonstruck. By the way, that was pretty good. But yeah, that's how I heard of Jesus Christ Superstar. I had seen the movie first,
Hmm.
but then when I seen the play, I was blown away by that. The energy, just
Yeah.
wow, can't be
Well,
matched.
the actors, the one who played Judas and Jesus, amazing actors and singers.
Yeah,
Um, I always get chills. I'm like, these two are, and also the one that played Jesus. I mean, everyone was amazing. Even the guy that did Mary Magdalene was
yeah.
good. All of them. I love it. I love that show.
They were singing their faces off. I mean, you see their veins and everything. That's how hard they were singing. I said, "Whoa!"
Yeah, and the music is so cool. But anyways, I can do another show about Jesus Christ Superstar because I just love that. I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think did we cover everything? I forget. if we were talking about music, and now we're going.
Going into
It's like a
movies.
pinball machine, like ping, 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 ping.
It's like everything is relative.
Yeah, you don't comes back to Fuzzy Soul Tiger
Well, yeah, you know what?
somehow.
For those who want to and are very very interested, yeah, that you can find me not only on TikTok, but you can find me on Bandcamp. It's fuzzysoultiger.bandcamp.com. You can find me on YouTube as under the same name. Please subscribe. I surely do appreciate. I'm already subscribed to you, matter of fact, too. And so
Okay.
that way I don't miss out on your videos. And
Oh,
so
you meant to talk about TikTok?
yeah, for TikTok and for YouTube, I just subscribed to your channel just last night,
Okay.
matter of fact. So
All right. Cool.
that way I get to catch up on some interview shows that you've done. And so I also
Well, you'll catch your own interview on it, so you better be watching it.
you know what? Yeah, I'll tell you this. That's another thing about this new year that's new to me is doing interviews. And you're the third person that I am fortunate to get to be on a blog talk show. I've done one with Nazim, who's also on Instagram under the same name, Naziime. I've done one with Jenny, talks with her friends. This the name of the show. And she's about mental health and peace of mind as well. Wonderful, wonderful person. I met her through TikTok, and then here it is. I've met you as well too through TikTok. So again, those are those possibilities that just wasn't available for me by just sticking only to YouTube, which I'm grateful for. I'm grateful, but getting on TikTok allowed me these wonderful opportunities like this to take place, and I love it.
Right. Yeah, and then my people can follow your people, and your people can follow my people, or me.
Yeah,
My people can follow you, and then your people can follow me. That's what I meant to say.
we all could do lunch.
Yeah, we can share friends or acquaintances, really, because they're not really. But yeah, we're gonna have to wrap it up because Alice in Wonderland is the rabbit is keeping time.
Grant, well, I can't say thank you enough for having me on your show. I really appreciate it big time, and so happy that we got a chance to connect thanks to TikTok.
Yeah, and looking forward to seeing that beard again.
You betcha. It ain't going nowhere.
All right. Yeah, by my next question will be like, "Oh, I'm over here." No, actually, I like the length. That's a good length right there that you have.
Thank you very kindly. Thank you.
That's all. CC top is cool and all, but it was too much, in my opinion.
Just
No,
blowing the
no
wind
offense to CC top or Madonna either. Sorry, Madonna. I have to apologize now.
right. She knows we still love her.
Yeah, I'm gonna still buy your albums, but yeah, don't appreciate that you were late. That's all. Okay, Fussy, I'm gonna wrap it up and stay tuned because there's gonna be another one coming up. That's a pretty serious topic. I won't disclose who it is because I don't really want to disclose it yet. But it will be a very serious topic that deals with prisons.
Okay.
And I'll leave it at that because I still have to research that and see what's going to happen there. But yeah, please follow Fuzzy Soul Tiger. And I also watch Empire. I now have to rewatch the whole Empire, or what season of Empire were you on?
Well, I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna work on that today. I'll put together a little reel of the TV shows I've appeared in, and I'll post it on TikTok very, very soon.
Because otherwise, I'll be there hours and hours later. I'm like, where is he? I don't know. I'll be looking at the screen like, where is he? Is he right there? Yeah.
I'll hook you up definitely.
Okay, cool. Okay, Fuzzy. I'm gonna wrap it up. Have a good night. You guys didn't see this coming.
Have a nice night. Thanks for having me again.
We are go for liftoff in T minus 30.
Hit the record button.